area, and I missed the connection in Seattle to Boston by 10 minutes. I don't have to think about it. So it earned me an extra 8 hours in the Seattle airport
Hang out
overnight.
tech, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Always.
Okay, Rich, you may begin.
All right, thank you, Steve. Good morning, everybody. This is a special meeting of the Waterville Valley Select Board, and it is 19 September 2025. I'm Rich Reed, the chair. Here with me today is Wendy Rathgeber, the vice chair, and Dan Bancroft, select board member. So we have a quorum. Let me move first to privilege of the floor. I see we have someone in attendance, Alan Burko. Alan, you have something for the board?
Should we be careful with the microphone?
Oh, yeah,
Because
could you,
we've been-
is it on?
we've
Yeah.
been to
We
be
get
able to
complaints
hear.
that people can't hear or see the question from the floor. Thank you.
Alan Burko, Jennings Peak Road. I'm going to hand you this letter. The letter's to make sure that the select board's aware of the damage done to the rock walls at my house on Jennings Peak Road, to make sure that either the town or Piper Construction arranges for repairing the damage at no cost to me. The rock walls were fine before Piper performed the road work on Jennings Peak Road. I have pictures. Neither Piper nor the town, Mark, disagreed that the cause of the damage was from the work done to replace the road, nor that the walls needed to be repaired. Mark was aware of all this and asked that he deal with Piper and not me, so I've not done anything. Piper orally committed to repairing the walls and even tried to address this problem themselves. The repairs they did are completely inadequate, which they agreed. Piper said they had to do the repair work themselves before they would hire an outside crew to do the repairs. I asked that the select board make sure to follow up on this.
Great.
Fair
Mike,
enough.
if you can just, well, you can just give it to Steve and we'll follow up and get back to you.
That's all I ask.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah,
Sorry you're
Not a
having to
problem.
deal with that.
Yeah.
I almost expected it, but
Oh.
I just didn't want it to fall through the cracks. I know Steve's
course.
aware of it, but
Okay,
I had to put my marker down.
Fair enough.
good.
yeah,
Thank you. Al.
Have a good day, Alan.
You too.
All right. I see no one else here. We'll move on to drought conditions and water restrictions. So I think we've been categorized as an extreme drought. But I think the last time we looked at this, we were in moderate drought. And we instituted a level 1 restriction per water restriction regulation. So I put this on the agenda just to talk about it some more. I looked at the other 3 levels we have. Level 2 is basically every other day. People can do outdoor watering, landscaping, car washing, that sort of thing. Level 3 is twice a week. And level 4 is a complete ban on any outdoor watering. So those are the 3 for the listening audience. Those are the 3 levels that we have above the 1 level that we have already instituted.
what's the third one? Twice a week?
Level 3 is twice a week,
Twice a week.
right?
And level 4 is a complete ban.
And the level 2, which is the next one up from where we are, it's basically odd addresses, even
Right,
addresses,
uneven
so
address,
it's
and
3 to
that's
4 times a week, every other day.
Have you heard from Dylan how the wells are looking?
We did talk to him. Steve, did you get, I think it was Tuesday, was it? I'm trying to remember when we talked to him exactly,
It
but,
was Tuesday.
and why don't you go ahead and fill us in on what he said? He hasn't said anything since then, right?
Yeah, I inquired with Dylan, is there a way to monitor the wells so that if it reaches a certain minimum, if you will,
Mhm.
could that prompt us to initiate one of the various levels of restrictions that we have? And Dylan said that that's hard to do because of the ebbs and flows. You know,
Mhm.
one day if it may be considered, low, no rain in the forecast, and he could take a reading the next day and it would be above the threshold, just based on how the groundwater fluctuates, he said.
Mhm.
So he doesn't see any major concerns right now with the levels of our wells. However, there is no rain in the forecast for the next 7 to 10 days when we looked on Tuesday. So, I don't think conditions are going to be getting any better
Mhm.
anytime soon. Although it was pleasant to see some rain clouds on my way in this morning.
It might be a little, but
I had half of one drop get on my windshield on the way over here this morning, but that's about
Yeah,
it.
they weren't-
So,
They weren't talking about a lot.
No.
Even if this does produce a little rain, it already looks like it's breaking up.
so my position on this is that we need to take, I think, pretty significant preemptive action based on what I've been reading all over. Wells are going dry all over New Hampshire. And we have to produce water to put it out to everybody and such. So I think it's prudent for us to raise the restriction. I'm okay with raising it maybe to a level 3 at this point.
And I can read specifically what it says at level 3.
Yes. That would allow people once or twice a week, but even then, I'm almost reluctant. I'd welcome other opinions. Maybe we do go to a level 4.
Right.
I do have one question though. And with respect to a level 4 restriction,
Mm-hmm.
that does not affect commercial businesses, is that correct?
No, I
The
think
question
I
has to
don't,
do with the golf course.
so the golf
Because it
course
could
has their
cause
own,
irreparable damage if we were,
right. The
if
golf
he were not
course
to be able to water the
is,
greens and such.
the owner of the golf course has his own pond. He
Right.
is not on our water system.
Right. I'm aware of that.
Right. So whatever restrictions we put on, this has to do with water from our municipal system.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about that as well. Get to that. We have a request to provide water,
Mhm,
and but we need to talk about that in non-public.
mhm.
But the actual the one business that would be I think primarily impacted by this would be the tennis courts
Yep.
Yeah,
because
that's,
they are on the
that's the
municipal
other,
system.
Yeah.
right, that's the other,
Right.
yeah.
I don't know what the situation is with the other businesses. I believe the pool is done for the year at
It
the
is.
athletic
Those others
club.
closed up. Yeah.
So,
So,
but there's no out for commercial businesses. It's just,
okay, there is not.
no.
But is there an out for garden, like vegetable gardens? Are people still allowed to water those?
It doesn't, no, we don't, we really don't address that at all. And in
Okay.
fact, I asked Dylan when we talked on Tuesday basically to say that this was one of the ordinances that we were looking for an update on.
Right.
And he said he would turn to it. He actually already had done that and was looking at some ideas, in particular, copying what another town had done.
Sure.
Unfortunately, he's not here today. So we can deal with that going forward once we change
Of course.
the ordinance.
Okay.
But it doesn't break things out for commercial businesses or for gardens, like vegetable gardens, and we might want to do something like that. We also had left it with Mark. He was going to look and see how much elasticity we had in our requirements with regard to instituting a water restriction, especially with regard to commercially installed irrigation systems. Right now, it reads, upon declaration of a water supply shortage or other water emergency. And he was going to check with town council whether in a normal course of events, restrict
Mm.
commercially installed irrigation systems at residential areas, in effect, not declaring it an emergency, but since we are the owner and operator of the municipal water system,
Right.
to be able to do that, because we still have not resolved that issue
Right.
of water being used by those systems, and that several times a number of people from town have come
Exactly.
and complained to us about water being on when it's raining and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So that's another issue. So I guess we could all roll that all into when we look at when Dylan brings forward his recommendations on water use
Mhm.
and then water restrictions. But as it reads now, I don't see anything that would encompass sort of a carve out. Now, we are, as I understand it, if I remember my conversations with Mark correctly, we have wide latitude here.
That was my next question.
Yes.
Can we say level 4 with the exclusion
Yes.
of any commercial entities
Yes.
that come to us with a request?
Yes, we can.
Or, yes.
We can.
uh,
And I think we
residential
did that in
gardens.
2020, I think was when we last had a water restriction. I forget how high we went there. It's 4 or 5 years ago. I forget
Yeah,
how.
I feel
how-
like it was a complete at that point.
Did we do a complete? I just don't remember.
Because it was pretty severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And it was like
remember it
July
being
or August
severe.
or- yeah,
Yeah.
right, the
I
whole
don't,
summer.
right.
I mean, at least now is the end of the summer, so lawns, I mean, at a certain point, they're going to bed soon.
Right.
But, if someone's worked all summer,
To establish a
You know,
lawn or
gardens
to
or gardens or-
gardens or
in
new
particular, like
plantings
vegetables.
or vegetables,
Yeah,
sure.
and new plantings for sure,
Right.
yeah.
Could we institute a level 4 with an exclusion to allow
Yeah, that's
the
what I was just-
watering of the tennis courts?
Well,
Yes,
Or I would think it should be broader, for any commercial entity that
Well,
comes to us with that
Yes,
need,
absolutely.
yeah.
I'm just trying to capture that
Yep.
as a,
no, I think
Yeah,
that,
that was what I just suggested, yeah,
Yeah.
for the commercial.
yeah, no, I think that would, we could do that, that would work, and then put the onus on those who need to water to come to the board via town staff. We're meeting again on the 24th, which is next
Yes.
Wednesday.
correct.
So if we can get this, whatever we do, if we can get it published out there, give them a few days to consider their situation. Like you said, and
Yeah.
some of this is near the end of the season anyway.
Right,
Yeah, but we can do that. Level 4, just so that everyone is aware who may be listening. If the board issues a level 4 restriction, then landscape watering is prohibited. The filling of swimming pools is prohibited. Use of automated landscape sprinkler systems is prohibited. Washing of streets, driveways, sidewalks, and or other impervious areas is prohibited. Washing of cars and boats at a non-commercial facility shall be restricted to odd even days by address as described above, above being the odd even level 2, I believe. Use of private wells or other private water sources for residential lawn watering is prohibited. Commercial outdoor water use is restricted to non-public drinking water sources only. So that would capture private wells and private water sources. It would
Mhm.
prohibit uses as noted, as I
Right.
just read.
Mhm.
So we could go with the level 4 and then have the commercial entities come to us and ask for an exception.
yeah. And I do think we should offer an exception to people who have, as you were saying, either new plantings or gardens, vegetable gardens in particular, that are coming right into harvest time now.
Yeah, it may fit actually section 8.
Okay,
Hand irrigation of crops
oh, yeah. That,
used for food by residents
yep, that would cover it,
at a residential property shall not be restricted.
okay,
That's
perfect, yeah,
okay.
yep.
I read that
Sorry, I
as,
don't have it in front of me.
yeah, I read that. Because I wasn't thinking of small gardens when I said hand irrigation of crops. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it means. I
Yeah.
don't know what we're gonna say. Like, for example, small vegetable gardens.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's too early for me to figure that out anyway.
No, that's perfect. That would take
Yeah, I
care of it.
only water mine once every
All
2
right.
days now because of the.
Yeah. So we have a level 3, a level 4. I'm fine with level 4. With businesses or anybody actually coming to the board and asking for an exception.
How do we notify everybody if we do this?
I'll check and see what we did back in 2019, 2020, as far as if there was any mailings that went out, but I'll definitely post it on the town's website and their Facebook.
We're required to post it in 2 places like other decisions we make.
Right,
We may have been close enough to the quarterly water sewer trash bills to put a letter in. I think that at that, well, I think it was in 2020, but we're still kind of far away from that, right? We're still a month away before they go out. So that's how we did it
So the
last time.
post office
You
2
post it.
places. So the website, the post office, we can put it on
upstairs probably. but-
upstairs,
The the social media.
So I was gonna say, is DPW have a website as well? We can put it there.
And I
In
would,
the news.
yeah, and I would think reaching directly out to any property management companies in town.
Sure.
Yeah, I reached out to my neighbor because he has an irrigation
Right.
system and he has already had his service remotely disable his
Hmm.
watering of his
Right.
lawns.
I imagine there must be just a cutoff.
Yeah.
Just a valve and
Yeah,
somewhere that you just turn it off.
he was quite cooperative.
Yeah. I think most people, almost all, I think, if not all. Okay, so do we have a motion to institute a level 4 water restriction?
Yes, with the exclusion of any entities who come to the board or with the possibility of exclusion
Right.
for any entities that come to the board.
My
Okay.
concern there being, I'm sorry,
Go
to
ahead.
interrupt that. My concern there being for the tennis courts, are they going to then need to stop for the next, week or so and then come to us next week? Or
They could call Steve.
I don't know if they would know right away, so I think they are the one potential commercial user that's using water that's really
We can reach
tied
out
to
to
their
them.
business.
No, I mean,
If it's fine with the board, I could just text Tom directly after this meeting to
Yeah,
give them a
that's-
heads up
okay.
directly.
that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind calling them either.
yeah, I
Okay.
just wanna make
Last-
sure that we're not putting people in an unnecessary bind where, they're not by their choice, but, inadvertently violating
Yeah.
our restriction.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll give them, we're not, we'll give it a few days as well to let the word
Yeah.
filter.
We won't like go and find anyone this
No.
afternoon for.
No, and we'll have to let code enforcement know about this, Steve, as well, and I mean, last time, I mean, there was I won't call it a grace period, but we didn't immediately run out and turn things, off, warnings or anything like that.
Okay, can we get a good wording for this and then state that over the,
What is
for the motion?
well, you want to amend the motion? What is it? You want to
Well-
amend?
Wendy was making an amendment to it, if you will.
Amend, okay, could you restate, please?
Sure, so it would be
Institute,
thank you, I gotta get my brain back to.
yeah, you're probably
here.
worse than we are.
To put in place the level 4 restriction with the possibility for exclusion for any entities that come to the select board and or contact town staff for an exclusion.
Right.
Does that?
And that we
cover
would,
the bases?
consider it, and make a decision
Yes,
whether to grant it or not.
exactly.
Okay.
So I will
okay.
second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Okay,
Aye. All right. This also, I'm sure Chief Noyes has it well in hand, but there's, the fire potential as well in terms of our permits. I think he told us last meeting that no fire permits are now being issued.
yeah,
Okay, so that is just to remind anyone who's listening.
Yeah, they posted something yesterday on Facebook indicating that basically all fires of all types
Was this on their
are
site,
precluded
on
now.
DPS's
Yeah,
social, on Facebook?
I
page?
just saw it on Facebook coming through. And including the small fire pits that
Okay,
you might have, like I have a little 3-foot fire
Right.
pit or whatever.
Yep.
And
okay,
including those, because they actually had a ground fire at, I think it was one of the condo sets.
okay. That must have been on their website then, must have put it out on their website.
Yeah, before
I-
leaving yesterday, Dave let me know that they extinguished a ground fire. I think it was at Mad River Condos. There was someone who actually had a fire over the weekend.
oh,
Right,
and didn't
right.
put it out,
Well, my understanding is they had it in one of those
yeah,
actual metal fire pits, but the bottom of the fire pit was degraded and had some holes in it. Embers dropped
yeah,
onto the ground beneath the fire
And
pit.
smoldered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it
Yes.
takes right now.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed it on 93, driving up, there was a
Okay.
fire on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, a brush fire, a big one. So, we should probably include in this notice the fire, the latest stuff. We can just pull it from the DPS social media, Steve.
Sure.
just make it an all-encompassing
Yes.
notice on
Yes.
water use restrictions and on open fires.
Yeah.
Open outdoor fires.
Mhm. Is there any clarification needed for barbecues? I know he has wording for that. I've seen it, like,
Okay,
You can check with him,
I will.
see yeah, I simply didn't see that DPS, I'll have to look.
I saw it this morning early.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know,
good,
5:30 or
good catch.
something.
Thank you.
I don't
Yeah,
know when
no.
they posted it.
Okay. So are we good with that, everybody?
yes.
Yes.
Let's move on to MS 434 approval and signature.
I would like to do that if we could at Wednesday's meeting. So the MS 434 is our opportunity to revise our revenues.
Right.
That we predicted back in our.
Right,
during
we
our
do it every
projection.
year, right?
The one area that I just want a little more clarity on is we're hoping to take custody of the new ambulance early November, mid-November. And I included an estimated trade-in
Right,
value for our existing ambulance in our revenues back in March.
March,
And I
yeah,
just want to make sure that Jim and Dave said they'll have some more clarity on the timing that we have that, because that's significant, right? I'm
Mhm.
hoping we get $60,000 to $100,000
Yeah.
for the trade-in value of that ambulance. And by Monday or Tuesday, I think I'll have a better idea if we
Okay.
keep that in our revenues or if we take
Right.
it out.
when's the form due, the sign form?
September 1st?
Yeah, it was early, it was the
Yeah, it
beginning of the
was.
month, but we
Yeah,
already,
right.
we talked, right?
Yeah.
And they're fine with,
Very, okay,
Okay.
with a few weeks delay.
given the situation.
Okay, we'll do it on, which added to the Wednesday agenda.
Thank you.
I'd like to make another agenda change before we get to the recruiting discussion. Can we go into non-public and then we'll come back out and then do the,
Yeah.
because there's nobody here. So if you can just, if I can have a motion to go into non-public,
For
Or-
what purpose?
reputational, that does not involve a board member.
Okay,
To have a motion,
So moved?
I will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
All right, let us know when